Guys, never argue with a girl. If she tells you the sky is red, the sky is red. If she tells you 1 plus 1 is 20, it's 20. Don't do it. You're gonna lose. They're always right.
What if I told you that everything you think you know about attracting women is completely backwards? Today, we're diving into a psychological truth so powerful that it fundamentally changes the entire dating game once men truly understand it. Most guys spend their entire lives believing they need to impress women through status, wealth, looks, or charm. They think attraction is about saying the right things, making perfect moves, or being the most entertaining person in the room. But here's what's actually happening behind the scenes that no one talks about. Now hit the subscription button and like the video as we unveil these secrets. All questions are welcomed in the comment section. The real secret isn't about what you do or say. It's about something much deeper that operates on a completely different level. And when men finally grasp this concept, it shifts the entire dynamic of how women respond to them. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're at a party, and there are two guys there. One is loud, constantly trying to be the center of attention, telling jokes, showing off his success, and chasing every conversation. The other guy is quieter, but when he speaks, people lean in. He's not performing for anyone, but somehow he commands respect without demanding it. Which one do you think women are actually drawn to? The answer reveals something profound about female psychology that most men completely miss. Women aren't primarily attracted to the performance. They're attracted to presence. Real, authentic, unshakable presence.
Careful who you push away, bro. Be careful who you hurt, because like you're gonna look back and realize like the person that you lost is someone that would have never given up on you. We treat people poorly sometimes because of our selfish desires.
But what does presence actually mean? It's not about being the alpha male or dominating every situation. True presence is about being so comfortable in your own skin that you don't need external validation to feel worthy. It's about listening not just to her words, but to what's happening beneath them. Her tone, her body language, the emotions she's not expressing directly. Think about it this way. Most men are so focused on what they're going to say next, or how they're going to impress her, that they're not actually with her in the moment. They're performing instead of connecting. But when a man is truly present, something magical happens. She feels seen, not watched. She feels understood, not evaluated. Here's where it gets really interesting. In our modern world, women are constantly performing. They're praised for being independent, strong, capable, always composed, always in control. Society tells them they need to have it all together at all times. But underneath that polished exterior is often a deep longing to just exhale, to feel supported, to not have to lead everything. When a woman encounters a man who doesn't need her to perform, something in her softens. She begins to relax because she realizes she doesn't need to prove anything. She doesn't have to be strong all the time. She doesn't need to have all the answers. Most importantly, she doesn't have to lead. But here's the crucial part that most men get wrong.
Let me tell you a little secret. If you live for other people's acceptance, then you're gonna die from their rejection.
This isn't about becoming passive or agreeable. It's actually the opposite. It's about being so grounded in yourself that you can hold space for her emotions without being shaken by them. You can remain steady when she's testing you. You can guide without controlling. This creates what psychologists call polarity. It's the magnetic tension between opposites that fuels genuine attraction. The feminine energy is fluid, expressive, emotional, ever-changing. The masculine energy is directional, present, steady, unshaken. When these energies interact authentically, it creates an irresistible dynamic. Most men try to eliminate this tension by being too accommodating. They avoid conflict, suppress their truth, and say what they think she wants to hear. But in doing so, They actually kill the very thing that creates passion. A woman doesn't want a man who bends to her every mood. She wants to know that you'll stay true to yourself, even when she's emotional. These aren't games or manipulation tactics. They're unconscious ways she checks whether she can trust your emotional leadership. Will you remain solid when she pushes your boundaries? Will you guide when she feels lost? These tests aren't meant to frustrate you. They're her way of determining if you're emotionally strong enough to handle all of her.
Loyal man is going to annoy you like a child. Is going to worry about you like a father. Argue with you like a brother. And always be there for you like a best friend.
The men who understand this dynamic stop trying to be perfect and start being authentic. They don't collapse under pressure. They don't react impulsively when tested. They stand firm, not as resistance, but as a reflection of their own self-respect. This kind of emotional groundedness is incredibly rare in today's world. Most men are either too aggressive or too passive. They haven't learned how to be present without being controlling, how to lead without dominating, how to remain steady without being emotionally unavailable. When a woman encounters a man who has developed this inner stability, it shifts something fundamental in her. She doesn't have to be in charge anymore. She doesn't need to test his worth constantly. She feels safe to let go because he's already holding his own ground. This isn't about playing roles or following some pickup artist formula. It's about becoming the kind of man who is genuinely attractive because he's comfortable with himself. He doesn't need her approval to feel worthy. He doesn't bend his values to gain her attention. He simply exists with a depth that naturally draws others in. The irony is that the more you chase validation from women, the less attractive you become. But the more you focus on developing your own emotional strength and presence, the more magnetic you naturally become. It's not about tricks or techniques. It's about becoming someone worth being attracted to. When you embody this kind of grounded masculine energy, you're not just attracting women. You're attracting the right kind of woman. One who can appreciate depth over flash, presence over performance, authenticity over entertainment. So the next time you're thinking about how to impress someone, ask yourself this instead. How can I be more present? How can I listen deeper? How can I remain grounded in myself while being genuinely curious about her inner world? That's where real connection begins, and that's where lasting attraction is built.